Good morning, friends. Welcome to Brooks Brew. I'm your host, Brooke Boylan, and let's get brewing. This episode is sponsored by Boylan Electric. Boylan Electric has been in business since 1990, serving the Maryland, D.C., and Virginia areas. For over 3 decades, they've been providing residential customers with top quality services. As an authorized Generac and Kohler dealer, Boylan Electric installs more generators than any contractor in the DMV. They install and manage many generator sizes ranging from 6 kWs to 150 kWs. Boylan Electric is also certified to do warranty work, repairs, and maintenance on both Generac and Kohler generators. Being a 24/7 electrical service company, Boylan Electric is your one-stop shop for all electrical and generator needs. Call their shop today at 301-990-9686. For more information, look below in the show notes. All right, so welcome back to Brooks Brew. I am alone today. I'm not with a guest. It's just me. So if you were looking for someone else to be here, I apologize. But I've run out of my guests for now. I do have a couple guests planned for like future podcast episodes, but it's just the timing to get people to come record, you know? Like I love my friends, but everyone just got their own lives. We're all adults. We got people in grad school, people got work. People are just busy, busy bees. What can I say? So it's just me today. Before we get into the topic of what we're going to talk about, I just wanted to plug my favorite coffee cup for my Keurig. Um, because I did not go to a coffee shop this week. I have gone to a couple coffee shops, just like ones I've already been to though, but no new notable ones that I need to share with you guys because I've already shared the ones I've been to so far. So I just wanted to plug the donut shop, a K Cup. Not sponsored at all, but I just literally have become obsessed with the donut shop K Cups. Now, something about me is yes, I love iced coffee, love it to my core. However, when I'm home, I make hot coffee because, as I talked with Allie in our previous episode, in the morning, I'm getting up at like 5 or 6 a.m., all right? And then I'm drinking coffee either on my way to school or I make it when I get there to like to rejuvenate my soul and like wake up. But just iced coffee in the morning, especially in the wintertime, oh, it's too frigid for that. So I literally just can't. So I make hot coffee and I just have a basic Keurig, like everybody does. I kind of wish I had an espresso, but those are expensive. So maybe I get it for Christmas, mom and dad, if you're listening. So, anyways, but yeah, gosh, I'm just so high strung today already. It's probably because I'm drinking coffee at the moment. Anyways, okay, back on track. K cup. I bought K cups for my coffee maker at school. I have like a single serve Keurig at school, because I started to realize that when I would make my coffee at home and then drive to school, and then by the time I got there, it was like just cold. Now, yes, I do keep it in like a turvis, like I have a Yeti, and it keeps it hot. But by the time I get to school, I like haven't drank it yet. It's like all has like the condensation from it being hot in the cup, and then it's just like not as good. So I decided to bring my single serve Keurig from that I had in college to my grad school, and I keep it. We have like a kitchen because it's OT school, so like we have to do um, simulation labs in a kitchen where like we're helping people learn like fall prevention and like safety when they're cooking because like people need to know how to do that. Um, Anyways, we have a kitchen there. So I put my Keurig in there and I had gone to Safeway or something with my mom one day and like bought like a variety pack of K cups. And it had like a Nantucket one, a Caribou one, a McCafe, and then the donut shop. And I've had donut shop K cups before, but I don't know, they were just hitting when I had it. And it just tasted so good with the creamer that I had. I was using this Chobani sweet cream creamer. 10 out of 10 if you want a recommendation for creamer. That's my go-to right now. But anyways, long story short, ran out of the K cups, the donut shop one, because everyone loved them at school. So I went to the grocery store the other day and was looking around and, looking at the grocery store, like browsing around to see what new K cup I could get. And I found these one step latte ones. So put the K cup in the machine, brew it, it's done. No creamer added, nothing. And let me tell you, I made it the other morning to try it because I'm trying to get my friend Gabby to drink more hot coffee because she's an iced coffee girly. So I was like, look, I just bought these K cups and I tried them and they were amazing. Like, oh my gosh. Definitely a lot of sugar. So just be mindful of that. If you get it, it does have a lot of sugar in it. Whoop. It does have a lot of sugar in it. Um, but it's not too bad. And like again, I'm not gonna drink the latte every single day of the week, but if you're a latte girly or guy and you don't want to have to like add cream or milk or anything like that into your coffee or your espresso, whatever it is, literally go get these donut shop one step lattes because it was 10 out of 10. I got the vanilla flavor. I think they have like a caramel flavor. Oh my gosh, I saw one they had like was a Snickers one. That might just be regular coffee that like you brew and then you have to add your stuff into it, but still. I just wanted to say because I didn't do coffee shop review, I just want to come on here and brag about the donut shop K cups because they are decadent. So that's all I have to say about that. And now, moving on into really what this episode is going to be about today. All right. So a couple weeks ago, I had asked everyone on Brooks Brew on the story. I put like a little question box and said like, "What are some things you want me to cover on the pod?" And I had a couple friends like respond with stuff that they wanted me to talk about. And one that I thought would be good to talk about today, since I'm struggling with it a little bit in my own life, is how to stay motivated. So, we can apply this to many contexts of life, okay? We could talk about how to stay motivated in working out in your health and fitness journey. We could talk about how to stay motivated in school. We could talk about how to stay motivated at work. A lot of things. Now, something I also will say is that yes, motivation is real, obviously, and it's valuable in helping us like be motivated to get work done. That I was why did I just say that? Motivated in that one sentence. Motivation drives us like to get work done, and it helps give us the driving force to go get up in the morning, finish that project for work, whatever it may be, right? Or to work out, whatever. However, motivation comes and goes. It's never consistent, okay? So I don't like to think about it about how to stay motivated. I'd rather like to talk about how to stay disciplined, okay? So we're going to intertwine the two together because they are intertwined and correlate to each other greatly. But I'm going to apply it into two contexts, okay? First off, we're going to talk about health and wellness and how to stay disciplined. And then second, we're going to talk about how to stay disciplined in school. Just because this applies to my life right now, and I'm sure it could apply to some of you as well if you're currently in school or just trying to get on a better health and wellness journey. So, how to stay disciplined. Oh man, we all struggle with this greatly, don't we? Here's my take on it, okay? I think the problem is, especially in today's society, is that we have this like all or none mindset, right? Like you have to give 110% every single day. And at the end of the day, that's just not realistic at all. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. Sure, you might see David Goggins out here every day getting up. Who's gonna carry the boats? Yeah, forget that. No. Get that mentality out of your brain, okay? It is humanly impossible to wake up and be always good every day. And we don't have to even bring it to the fact that with the female hormones and the hormone cycle, like women run on a 28 day cycle and our hormones are always fluctuating. So we're going to be tired more certain parts of the month. Like men just have it fluctuate to 24 hours a day. So sure, men maybe be a little bit more motivated, disciplined than we are, but that doesn't mean that they're better than us or whatever, right? Anyways, I'm getting off track. What I'm trying to say is that it's never going to be 100% every day, okay? But here's my thing. As long as you're showing up and doing a little bit of something every single day to reach your goals, you're solid, okay? You might have an idea of what you want your week to look like or you want your day to look like, but life changes constantly, okay? Things are going to get thrown at you. Maybe your doctor's appointment that you were going to had to get canceled. Maybe you got in a car accident or a little fender bender and you had to deal with that and you didn't get to work on time. Maybe you went to go work out, but then all of a sudden you realize, oh shoot, I have a project that's due tonight at midnight. And you're like, that needs to take priority over working out right now and I'll have to work out later. Or maybe you just had your whole day planned and you thought about getting up at 6 a.m. and then your alarm never went off and you woke up at 8 instead and you missed 2 hours of your day. Whatever it is, okay? Life is constantly changing, things get thrown at us, and our plan doesn't always go as we want it to be, okay? So, I found this like really cool like demographic or like just this thing on Instagram the other day. It was like a bar graph showing what consistency really is and what discipline really is. Is like one day you're giving 10%, the next day is 90, maybe the third day is 100%, and then you're back at like 25 and it's going to go back to down to 10. But the big takeaway is that if you do something a little bit every day towards your goals, you'll eventually achieve them. But you can't fall into this pattern where like you set up like a schedule and then if you don't follow it, you fall back into this thing like, oh God, I can never do anything. Like, I'm never going to get there. You will. It's just not going to look the same every single day, you know? And I don't know if I'm necessarily making sense, but I hope I'm trying to get the message across that I want to. But basically, at the end of the day, I think that discipline outweighs motivation because sure, one day I may feel really motivated. Like today, I got up, I got ready, I sat down to record a podcast, and I'm gonna feel motivated for the rest of my day for my projects I have to do. I'm gonna go to the gym, it's gonna be great. But yesterday, I just did the bare minimum. I woke up, I had to go to my field work, and I came home, and that was it. That's all I could do for the day. And I just wasn't motivated to do anything. So you just have to take it day by day. You have to check in with yourself, your mind, and your body and see how you're doing. Because ultimately, if you push yourself to the max, you're going to burn out real fast. And that's the other problem is that people think that they have to feel motivated to do something. But, excuse me, they feel like they have to be motivated to do something. But then when the motivation's not there, they just beat themselves up about it. And that's just going to burn you out. It's going to put you in a downward spiral and like into a deep depression. And we don't want to do that. We don't. And it's not good. It's really not good. So think of it more as discipline rather than motivation. Now, there are some times where you have motivation and discipline that go hand in hand together. And that's even better because then you're like the freaking woman on top of the world when you're motivated and you're disciplined. Ah, watch out for that girl because she's going to come busting through the doors, bull busting through the I don't even know what I was gonna say. Bull busting through the gate like a freaking rodeo. I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, that woman is unstoppable. But that's not gonna be every day. It may be good for a couple weeks, but like I said, burnout's gonna happen. Which I keep talking about burnout. But let's circle into a conversation about that too. I guess ways to take care of yourself, you know? Yes, there's certain things that you want to achieve and you want to get done, but you also have to check in with your body and see like, okay, am I tired today? And maybe that conversation I had last night with so and so made me upset. Like, let me address how I'm feeling. Maybe like let me journal that down. Let me do some meditation. Let me do some yoga. Let me work out. Like make myself feel better. So like taking care of yourself too is a big part of like the motivation and discipline aspect is that you have to take care of yourself first to show up for everything else in your life because if you're not doing stuff for yourself and taking care of yourself, you're not going to be able to be 110% in the other areas of your life. So that's another caveat to it. But if there's anything that I want you to take away from all that mess of a conversation I just said, it's that discipline outweighs motivation and you just have to really be real with yourself and be like, I have goals. I need to achieve them. And the only way I'm going to achieve them is if I show up every day. And like I said, it just matters about the consistency. It doesn't matter about showing up 100% every day, but as long as you give a little bit every day, you'll start to see the pattern of you'll start to show up for yourself every day and it'll get greater and greater and greater. And then you will achieve those goals that you want. Okay. So now applying that into school, you have to think and evaluate why are you in school in the first place? What am I doing here? What am I trying to gain from this? What is it going to do to benefit me in the future? For myself, in my situation, I'm going to grad school to become an occupational therapist. I have to have a graduate degree to practice occupational therapy and take a board exam at the end of that. So, yes, it can be overwhelming at times with the schoolwork and the fieldworks and the social life and work life and everything like that. But I have a goal of graduating and becoming a doctor. So, that's my discipline and my motivation to go continue through school. So, there might be times where you procrastinate a lot, which I am guilty of doing that. Um, but again, having the discipline to be like, okay, this program's only 3 years. I have to do XYZ in order to get from point A to point B. I have to do everything in that time frame, or I have to meet these deadlines because otherwise I will fail. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want myself to fail. So I'm gonna do everything in my power, even if it like I won't say kills me, but like pushes me over the edge for a little bit. You have to get okay with being uncomfortable at times because that's another thing is that we don't like the discomfort. We don't like it when it's hard. But life is hard. Like if it was easy, everyone would be excelling and everything. But we all have our own trials and tribulations that we have to go through and persevere through to get to where we want to be. So, my driving force at the end of the day in staying disciplined is that I want to be a doctor. So, you need to find for yourself what is my driving force? What is my main goal out of what I'm getting out of a school or whatever it may be? So it's very subjective to every person because we can't just like generically say like a certain thing for everybody, you know? Like you have to find what motivates you, find what makes you disciplined, and then just go with that and run with it because it'll help you get to where you want to be. Am I making sense? I really hope so. Okay. Now let's apply discipline into working out, okay? Whoo, girl. Working out is not easy, all right? It's not. I'll be the first to say that. I've gone through my fair ebbs and flows of life, with working out, different seasons of life, being really good about it and then falling off the wagon and then like trying to find my circle my way back around, whatever it may be, okay? Same thing with discipline and motivation and working out. There are going to be days where it's like raining and gloomy outside and cold, and you're like, all I want to do is lay in bed and do nothing. Like, I don't think the last thing on my mind is getting up and working out right now. Like, going downstairs or going to the gym, wherever, and like taking a walk or lifting weights or whatever it may be. Maybe you sign up for a class and you're like, gosh, like, I know I spent this money on it, but like, I could just recancel or I could cancel it or reschedule it, whatever. You're going to have days like that. It's inevitable. And also, again, I hate to keep bringing it back to like this point, but like women have a 28-day cycle, okay? It's inevitable that there's four different stages of your cycle, okay? You have, well, two main ones and it breaks down in subcategories. And shout out to my girl Sophia Pinella because she's where I've learned my education from this. You have like your follicular phase and then your luteal phase, okay? Your little oh my gosh. Sorry, I cannot speak today. Your luteal phase is where you're just in the thick of it, the shit, all right? We're just not feeling good. We're more bloated, we're more tired, we're eating more, like everything, okay? Oh my gosh, follicular phase, you could be PRing that week. Like you're gonna be on top of the freaking world. Your skin's clear, your stomach's flat, like you're flaunting around, like everything. You're frolicking the fields. So you have to give yourself grace and also understand where you're at. What I've been mindful of and like to do is like kind of cycle sync your workouts, okay? And I feel like that not only helps with the motivation, but it also helps with seeing progress in your fitness goals. Because if you're trying to like strength train or like PR during your luteal phase or like when you're on your period, forget about it. You're gonna pull a hammy, you're gonna do something bad, and you're gonna feel like shit. All right. So don't even try. Like, just understand your body needs a rest, and it's okay to take off a week or two from working out and then get back onto it. But again, like I'm circling back to from before, it circles back to consistency and discipline, not even motivation, because we're not gonna be motivated to do stuff all the time. Now, another thing is that I think the problem a lot in fitness and wellness is that we try to change our life like a whole 360. Like, you might be a type of person where maybe you dabbled in working out like a little bit here and there, or you did sports growing up and then like you went to college and either continued them or didn't anymore and then like just started strength training on your own, or maybe you like turned to yoga or Pilates, whatever it may be. Maybe you like bike riding, maybe you like doing different sports, I don't know. But I think the problem is that we think that we have to work out every single day. And I blame fitness influencers and the media for making people think that if you do X amount of workouts or you do these things, you're going to look a certain way. Let's pause right there. Don't even compare yourself to everyone else on fitness influencers, okay? That is their job. That is literally their job. They're doing that to get paid and posting content every single day because that's their job. That's what they have to do. Their job is to literally work out. Your job, oh, sorry, your job is not to work out every day. You might be a nurse. You might be a banker. You might be, I don't know, a business owner. You might be a tradesman. You have a job and a life. And I'm not saying those people don't have a life. Like, that's their income and that's what they've decided to do. But it's not realistic for everybody. And also, those people spend like maybe 2 hours in the gym sometimes because like they're filming content, they're doing their own workout, whatever. They're personal training people. So you just have to remember that's not my path in life. That's not what I want to do. So you just have to find where the fitness will fit into your life. So my point in saying this is that sometimes I think when we're very like sedentary, like not working out for a long time, and then we kind of get the fire inside of us to be like, okay, I'm going to take control of my health and wellness. I'm going to get back on my grind and like do my workouts and stuff like that. Okay, we try so hard to make a set schedule where we're going to be like, okay, Every single day, I'm waking up at 6 a.m. I'm strength training every single day. Mondays gonna be legs, Tuesdays upper body, Wednesdays cardio, Thursdays full body, and then Friday are glutes. And then Saturday I'm gonna run, and then Sunday I'll rest. I'm sorry. In what world? In what world would that be possible? Now, don't get me wrong. It is for some people, and I applaud you. I applaud you if you have the discipline and the motivation and the time. The time is a big thing. The time to achieve that. Sometimes it's just not realistic, all right? And my point in saying all this is that you have to find what works best for your schedule. Also, you don't only have to do strength training to be your sole form of exercise and movement. There are so many other ways for you to move your body that won't be inflamed, that will make you feel better, that will improve your mobility, your flexibility, everything, okay? I'm a huge advocate for training in multiple aspects, okay? I like to do yoga and I like to walk and I like to strength train. That's what I like. Okay? So I do that. I also like to take occasional soul cycle classes here and there, okay? I do like my biking and stuff like that. But someone else may not like that. Like my best friend. She doesn't like or she doesn't like yoga. Like shout out Liz, but Liz does not like yoga. And that's okay. And, she's taken classes and she just learned that like this is not a way that I like to move my body. I don't find enjoyment in this movement. And I think again, back to the media, makes us think that we have to strength train or do like CrossFit all the time. No, no, sweetheart. There are other ways that you can work out too. But again, it's just finding what works best for your body and finding what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, you can show up every day to the gym and lift weights, okay? And that is amazing for you and like that's really good for your bones and your muscular strength and everything. And I'm not bashing it. But pushing yourself every single time in the gym like for a week and never taking rest, you're going to plateau. And then you're also going to burn out from the gym and you're going to get signs of like overtraining and that's not beneficial to your body. If anything, you're actually hurting your body more than you thought you were going to benefit it. So, overtraining, overexerting your body, like your body needs rest. And my point in saying this is that there's different ways for you to move your body. So if you're trying something and you realize I don't really like this, try something else. Because circling back to my point, too many points in my mind. My point in saying this is that even if you were to strength train and you did see results in your body, but you're not feeling good about it mentally, our mind and body connection is the most important thing. Okay. So if you're mentally not good up here, the rest of your body's physically not going to feel okay. Like you're actually going to do more harm to yourself. So find something that you enjoy because that will help with being motivated. Because I get motivated to go to do yoga or to go strength train because I enjoy it. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go. It's just like a de-stressor, like a deload. Like I can like let some I'm not an angry person, but like let some anger out. Just like relax, like take a step back from the stressors in my life for a second and just taking an hour to focus on myself and in bettering my body, bettering my health for the longevity of it. Great point that I just want to transition into, okay? Longevity. You also have to think of working out and movement as that yes, yes, I may end up looking a certain way, but I laugh because that shouldn't be the only reason why you work out is for you to look a certain way because you're not gonna that shouldn't be your motivator. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put a pin in that conversation. We'll come back to it. My point is saying that you want to do this for longevity of life. And to me, that's a big motivator. And is what makes me disciplined and go to the gym. I know that if I invest in myself now at my young age of 20 in my 20s or whatever, it is going to exponentially help my health when I'm 70 years old. The investment I make in myself today is going to help my 70-year-old self move the way I want to move. You know what I mean? Just working out has all its benefits in itself that should be a motivator for yourself to continue to do it, like doing squats just to help you pick up grocery bags, doing overhead arm press to maybe pick up your niece or nephew or your daughter or your son or your kids or whatever it may be. Um like, you know what I mean? Like the correlation between the movements that you do in the gym to life, because that's what it's really for. It's not to look a certain way. It's not to fit in a certain pair of jeans. It's not to look good in a bikini, which again, those things make us feel great. But you have to understand your body is like your temple, and you have to treat it from the inside out. And if you care about the inside first, it'll just radiate to the outside. Does this make sense? Like, am I making sense right now? I really hope so. But I want to circle back to my little pin conversation about looking a certain way in the gym, okay? Or training to look a certain way for your body. We are all different. We're all different. And that might just be like, Brooke, that's so simple to say. And then it's like, yeah, no shit. Well, okay, we compare ourselves so much to other people. We compare ourselves to these models who are like teeny tiny. We compare ourselves to girls or bodybuilders in the gym who can lift a crazy amount of weight. But you are your own individual self for a reason. God created us all individually for a reason. If we were all the same, life would be so boring. Like if we all look the same, what fun is in that? Like God created you the way that you are, and that's just so special. Now I'm bringing religion to it as well, but you know what I mean? Like, so for you to sit here and compare yourself and be like, gosh, I don't have the same hair as that girl, or my eyes don't look like that, or my skin's not like that, or I'm not as tan as her, or my stomach's not as flat. Okay, so what? That's just not who you are. That's not your body. That's not for you to care about. Care about yourself. Now, if you want to make adjustments to yourself, put a little self tanner on, put a little makeup on, sure, but do it for yourself. Don't do it for the gaze of social media or to compare yourself or try to look like somebody else. Do it because you want to enhance your own features or make yourself feel good and know that what you're doing for yourself is helping your overall well being. Does this make sense? Like, we it's inevitable. We're all gonna fall into the comparison of com- I lost my train of thought and I can't speak. We all fall into the habit of comparing ourselves to others, right? But comparison is a thief of joy, you know? Comparison is the thief of joy. So if you're sitting here having these negative thoughts in your brain and comparing yourself to other people, you're never gonna be happy. You have to be happy within yourself. And you, you just have to be happy with yourself, okay? And another thing I'll say that plays into it is that genetics. Genetically, I'm short. I'm 5'2". I will never ever be taller or shorter than that. I might be shorter as I age because I might start shrinking or whatever. But I will never be tall ever. I won't have big long legs. I won't have a long torso. I won't. I won't have big long arms or whatever, okay? So I'm content with the way I am because these are my genetics. My mom and I look the same. I was created this way. And my moral story is like, you got to work with what you have. All right. I also like, I may never have like a big butt or maybe never have like a flat stomach or whatever, but that's okay because I love myself. So just be content with your body. And circling back into motivation and discipline, once you're content and at peace with yourself and your well-being is in check first, the discipline and the motivation will follow. Because I think again we think that like we live in a 24/7 like society, like we're go go go, like it's like wake up, 9 to 5 job, come home, either work out, do your extracurriculars, have dinner, whatever, go to bed, do the next day. And we're in like such a hustle culture that it's always like focus on the work. But also we have to have that work life balance of you got to take care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't show up for the things that you want to do, and then the motivation discipline won't be there. So that was a lot. I honestly don't even know if that makes sense. I feel like I would just went into 20 different tangents. So I really hope that that was okay and that like you guys understood where I was trying to go with that and it made sense. If it didn't, shoot me a message and I can make another podcast about it. But that's my take on how to stay motivated and how to stay disciplined and how to apply that into your life in areas of health and wellness in school. Also, here, let me actually give you some good tips about how to stay disciplined, okay? Get a planner, get a calendar, write stuff out. Because when you can visually see the tasks that you have to complete within a certain time, that also can help you stay disciplined and motivated. Because when I write out on like my calendar that I have school this day, I have an appointment the next day, and then at the same time I have like this big assignment coming up, I know what my week is already going to look like. And I know within that week, I'm probably going to have days that I don't really feel like doing stuff. So knowing where in your schedule that you'll feel more motivated or more inclined to take on a task or do something, like fit that into your schedule. Because me personally, I know I'm not really a morning person. So I'm not going to get up at 6 a.m. to work out or try to do homework because my brain's not ready to function yet. Like, I take my time, I get ready for the day, I eat breakfast, I go to school, and then I know once I get home, yes, I'll be tired, but if I know when I get home, if I have the discipline to just be like, get straight into my work or straight into working out, then I'll get it done and I'll still feel good after doing it. You know what I mean? Whether if I come home and I just like sit on my phone or like take a nap, forget it, the day's gone. Like nothing's happening after that. But just knowing your schedule where you know you're gonna work best. Like another thing I was gonna say is that I work best at night. Okay, I'm a night owl. A night owl. I procrastinate myself all day, and I'll do it from like 7 to midnight. But that's just how I'm wired and how I work. Is that feasible for everybody? No. Maybe you don't want to be staying up till midnight doing a paper or a project, but I'm okay with doing that because that's when I know that I get my work done most efficiently, rather than staying up during the day. So again, structure your life to yourself and structure your habits and your goals and your discipline to yourself. Know yourself. Like really take the time to reflect on like who am I as a person? What conditions do I work best under? What motivates me? What keeps me disciplined and keeps me on track? And once you have that conversation with yourself and understand who you are and where you're at in life, then it'll be good. So don't be too hard on yourself. Yes, things happen, life gets in the way, things get thrown at us. It's just the ebbs and flows in life. And you just roll with the punches as they come, you know? When that's what they say. So, anyways, again, so many tangents, so many things I'm talking about, but I hope I'm making sense. But to wrap us up here, I want to keep with the tradition of doing my highs and lows for the week, even though someone's not here with me. So I just want to share my highs and my lows from this past week, and then we'll wrap it on up. But a high from this week. Oh, my mom and I went to yoga this past Saturday. I love yoga. If you guys have never tried yoga, you should really do it because not only like people think you're just laying there and like meditating. No, it is actually very humbling, okay? A lot of the strength that I have for myself is from doing yoga. Like, have you ever tried to do a chaturanga into a downward dog? Try that, okay? Try. I want to see you try, you bodybuilders out there. I just love how sometimes men are like, oh, Pilates and yoga is not hard. Have you ever tried it though? Have you taken a class? You want to come? Like, come with me. I'll show you what it's really about, okay? I have never seen a man more humbled after taking a yoga class or a cycle class or Pilates and being like, oh my gosh, like, you guys do that? Like, yeah, it's hard, okay? So don't be shitting on us for doing our little Pilates and our yoga classes because they're hard. But anyways, back to my high. So I took a yoga class this past Sunday with my mom. And we just hadn't gone in a while, just cause, but we like to pop in here and there. And I just after yoga, I just always feel so good. Like my nervous system feels so relaxed. I feel like stretched out, like my flexibility already feels improved. I feel strong. I just feel like at peace. And it's just so it's such a blissful feeling. Okay. So that's my high from the week as after that, and that just carried me into the rest of the week, and it was so nice. Oh, okay, I could talk about yoga forever. Anyways, low for the week. I should have done this in reverse order, but y'all, my procrastination has been at an all-time high. I don't know what it is with this semester, but man, I don't know if something's in the air. Like, are we all doing okay? Because life is lifing right now. Like, school has been so difficult. So difficult. I just feel like I can't catch a break. It's like assignments on top of assignments. Like, and again, this probably contributes to my procrastination. Is that me by procrastinating it, then I'm stressing myself out. So, really, if I fixed my procrastination, then I probably wouldn't be as stressed right now. But, it's just, it happens sometimes. So, going into next week, writing out my high, I probably want to take another yoga class. I want to try to do one, whether it be over the weekend or just like during the week. I just want to try to get one more in, um, before spring break. And then what else? Oh, to fix my low. I have two big projects that are due today. And when I'm recording this, it's on a Friday. So yeah, I have two projects due today and I just have to really get them done. So I think once I get those out of the way, I'm gonna try to get a start on my other assignments that are coming up. So I have a whole free day tomorrow. So you best believe I'm gonna chain myself to my desk and read my textbook and do my projects. And that's how I'm gonna combat that. Okay, well, I just also wanted to end this on one more note before we close out for today. Okay. Um, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been listening so far and following me along in this podcast. Like I've had so many of my friends and like reach out to me to be like, I'm so happy for you. Like I'm so glad you have this new hobby and like, you're really out here doing the damn thing. And like it just makes me so happy to know that people are actually listening and like are happy for me. And again, I'm not doing this for validation from anybody else except for myself. Like I'm doing this because I enjoy it and like it brings joy to me and it's taking away like some stress from my life. But it's just nice to know that people are appreciating it and also supporting me along the way. So that's just a nice little thing to do. And I also wanted to say it's also crazy that it's already been a month so far. Like the day that this podcast is coming out, it's a month from starting Brooks Brew. And I'm not saying I've exponentially grown over the past month, but I've just already seen like so many people follow and I've had so many downloads on my first episode and like I have like 100 downloads collectively all over together. I have people listening from like all over the world. So like it's just crazy, you know? I never thought that like I would follow through this or that it would become what it's coming to be so far. So I'm just really excited for the future. I'm excited for this new month. Like hello, it's March now. Like what the heck? We've already have 2 months of the year gone by. Just crazy. So I don't know, just March feels like it's gonna bring so many good things, so many new opportunities, new excitements, new blessings. And I'm just so excited. Like, oh my gosh, I'm like being so sappy right now. It's so cliche, but it's true, you know? So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Again, thank you guys so much for your support and for listening. And as always, if you guys have anything you want me to cover on the pod, message me on Instagram, comment it down below, give me some coffee shops to review. I've had a couple friends reach out to me of places I should go, so I'm gonna try those here in the next couple weeks. And review them for you guys and let you know how they are. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hope you all have a blessed Sunday. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon, friend. Bye.